6 minutes of the Odyssey will get released in theaters this winter. Sinners and One Battle After Another are getting re-released in IMAX. Glen Powell's new film, How to Make a Killing, drops an awesome new trailer. Scarlett Johansson is joining the new Exorcist movie. Assassin's Creed is getting another adaptation, this time at Netflix. And Rush Hour 4 is greenlit. Let's get into this week's episode of Movie News.
What's up, movie friends? Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost podcast. This is the ultimate film and TV podcast. James and Anthony here. Gefilte fish. What kind of fish?
Gefilte fish.
What kind of fish is that?
Rush Hour 4 is happening.
4.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
We might as well just talk about that since you brought it up. But
So
Rush
exciting.
Hour 4, it's been greenlit at Paramount. It's been stalled for like 2 decades now. Paramount's teaming up with Warner Brothers for distribution. And it's interesting because the President of the United States pushed for this apparently at Paramount to happen. And Brett Ratner, who is the original directors of the other films, just made a documentary about Melania Trump. So it's this weird, crazy story because he's coming back to direct the film.
He's directing.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
That's why it's been stalled for so long.
Gotcha, because he was essentially canceled and ostracized for a lot of allegations out against him. So I was not expecting him to be attached to this.
And no one ever thought this movie would get made, but it's
Yeah.
greenlit. It's going to happen at Paramount now, which is crazy. But let's talk about the Odyssey.
This is huge news. So Nolan is no stranger to showing teases of his films before release. So he famously showed some of the opening scene of Dark Knight Rises attached to, what was it, like a Mission Impossible movie?
I can't remember, man.
It was
something.
something.
2012, yeah.
And he did the opening of The Dark Knight as well, the bank robbery attached to whatever major release was the summer before. He's doing something similar with the Odyssey. They're going to be featuring a 6-minute clip of both the Siege of Troy with a shot of the Cyclops in amazing new footage exclusively from the film. You'll be able to see this in theaters this winter, and apparently it's 6 minutes worth of footage from the Odyssey.
It'll be attached to Avatar, Fire, and Ash, which is really interesting because Avatar's a Disney film and the Odyssey is a Universal film. So usually, when we saw the tease earlier this year in IMAX of the Odyssey, that was attached to a Universal film as well. But, I mean, it's the biggest movie of the year, and it's going to be the most eyeballs possible to see this footage, and I cannot wait.
It's the exhibitors get to select what trailers play, so it doesn't always have to be the same studios.
True.
Yeah.
But also, speaking of IMAX in December, Park Chan-wook's new film, No Other Choice, will be released in IMAX theaters for one day on December 8th, and then Sinners and One Battle After Another are getting both re-released in IMAX in 70mm in theaters on December 12th, running for I think the whole week. And this is just an incredible effect of obviously Ryan Coogler pushing for film and projection, as well as Paul Thomas Anderson, Christopher Nolan, Tarantino, Scorsese, all these filmmakers who are releasing their films to be projected in film. It's an amazing time to be alive.
And there's another one right after that. Marty Supreme will be playing in IMAX 70mm in 2 screens following that week, the 18th, 19th, and 20th. One screen in LA, it's going to be Burbank.
Oh my goodness.
IMAX 70mm. And then in New York, there's going to be a theater playing it at IMAX 70mm. Those 3 days, those 2 screens only. So if you're in LA or around New York and you want to see Marty in 70mm IMAX, those are the only times you can see it. Unfortunately, I looked at tickets, and the only things available are the very front row.
When did they go on sale? I didn't even
The
know
other
that.
day.
I didn't even know that was happening.
Yeah,
What a
they filled up
bummer.
immediately.
It's become so exclusive.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about James Cameron. We had an incredible experience. We can't wait to share with you guys about James Cameron and the upcoming Avatar film. We'll be talking about that soon. But he's been doing press, lots of interviews to promote Avatar, Fire, and Ash, talking about some really cool stories. One of the coolest things about James Cameron's past is he almost directed the Jurassic Park film. He would have made a more adult version, a more rated R, hardcore horror version, and he revealed that, Steven Spielberg got the job, but it was probably for the best because he agrees that what Steven Spielberg did was absolutely incredible, and his would have been not even close to as digestible for mainstream audiences. It wouldn't have become the phenomenon.
And not accessible to kids.
Yeah.
So that would have been sick. It would have been sick. He also spoke about the Oscars pertaining to Netflix. And this is James Cameron, quote, "The Oscars mean nothing to me if they don't mean theatrical. Netflix should be allowed to compete if they put movies out for meaningful releases in 2,000 theaters for a month." So Netflix does do theatrical release, but on a very limited scale to meet the minimum requirements for Oscar qualifications. And he's saying that if you want to qualify for Oscars, it should be a national release for an extended period of time.
He's also talking about Warner Brothers being purchased by Netflix, and he said, I think Paramount's the best choice. Netflix would be a disaster. Sorry, Ted, but geez. And I mean, there's a lot to agree with him there. You know, if Netflix buys Warner Brothers, I think a huge worry is not just new releases and new films that are going to come out and what they're going to look like, if they're going to be in theaters or on streaming only, but also the 100 years of Warner Brothers history and the movies they own. They'll probably never get physical releases. They'll never exist in a physical form again, you could argue, and they'll only be digitized forever, which is just would be such a disaster, I think, for the future and preservation of great film from the past.
I'm going to start buying film reels of movies. That's the goal.
It'd be terrifying. And also, James Cameron co-directed a Billie Eilish concert movie that will be released in theaters on March 20th, 2026. I think it might be in 3D.
It will be set on Pandora.
I think it's in 3D, though. That's pretty cool.
I was not expecting that. All right, there's a great trailer this week, How to Make a Killing. This is the new A24 film that we literally just learned about recently, starring Glen Powell and Margaret Qualley. This looks really good. Also, Jessica Heinrich in this film. This film follows an heir to a major family fortune who decides to murder all the other heirs to inherit the $28 billion in the entire family trust. So it looks like, from what you can gather from the film, he and his mom was ostracized from the family and basically kicked out, even though she was a rightful heir. And she raised him in low-income area. They had nothing. And so now that he's an adult, he wants to claim what he believes is rightfully his and was his mom's. So he's on a mission to basically take out all of the rich scumbags in the family to take the fortune for himself. It looks like a lot of fun. Looks really well made, too. It looks really fantastic.
Awesome-looking trailer from A24. Cannot wait to check this out. But also, have any of you ever wanted to own a piece of movie memorabilia? That takes us into the sponsor of this episode. You're in luck because PropStore.com has an amazing auction happening this December that anyone can bid on. Over 1,300 original props are up for auction during this time period, including Die Hard shooting script, Xenomorph heads, all you Indiana Jones fans that you can bid on items from the films like the hat from Temple of Doom, the revolver from The Last Crusade, Steven Spielberg's director's chair back. Prop Store's Winter Entertainment Memorabilia Live Auction runs from December 5th to 7th, 2025, and features over 1,300 rare lots, everybody. To view the full catalog, go and register at propstore.com. Endless list of props to choose from. Name a movie, they probably have a prop from it. I mean, we're talking about masks from Ghostface from Scream, the stunt axe from The Shining's up there, Boba Fett's carbine rifle from Star Wars, so many others. Check out their website, propstore.com. Get yourself a prop for the holidays or a gift for somebody you love. During that auction running from December 5th to 7th, anyone can bid. And let's get back into the episode and talk about Assassin's Creed.
Toby Wallace has been cast as one of the leads for Netflix's upcoming live-action Assassin's Creed series. I don't think I'm familiar with this actor. I just Googled him and I didn't recognize any of his movies, so he's mostly an unknown, which I think it's okay to go with that for a series for Netflix. They're going to be able to push this to everybody, so you don't need star power to sell this project. And we'll see going forward, so best of luck to this guy.
I mean, bro, I'm kind of worried about that.
Yeah.
They didn't do a great job with the film version, and then Netflix and fantasy has notoriously been pretty unwatchable the last few years. They have not been doing great adaptations. They have not been doing good fan service. So I don't see Assassin's Creed and other projects. I don't see Assassin's Creed changing the trajectory of what their fantasy adaptations have been. But we'll see. Scarlett Johansson has joined Mike Flanagan's Exorcist. Now, this is not a remake. It's not a reboot, I guess, but it will tell an all-new story or maybe a continuation of Pazuzu. Who knows? But this is what's happening. And Mike Flanagan, we trust ScarJo just hopping on massive IPs post-Marvel, so good for her.
Too many Exorcist movies the last 5 years. I mean, come on. Give us a little breathing room. I don't know. Flanagan's great. You know me. It's one of my all-time faves.
That's what studios want to greenlight.
Yeah,
you gotta stop complaining. Just accept it.
Radical acceptance. Radical acceptance. Radical acceptance. Okay, I accept you, Exorcist remake, spin-off, sequel, whatever you're gonna be. I accept you. All right, new posters for 28 years later. The Bone Temple were released with the taglines, "We bury the dead" and "Resurrection." These are pretty sick, and the lead poster is that crazy shot of Rafe, like, screaming. I saw that at an AMC.
Did you say taglines?
Yeah.
Those are not taglines. Those are other films.
Oh, shoot.
So these are new posters. There are 3 new posters that are out. 4 now. 28 years later, The Bone Temple, which is a film. We Bury the Dead, Anthony, which is a film. Resurrection, which is a film, as well as Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery, Anthony, which is a film, not taglines. So these are
I forgot about these movies.
4 new posters.
Resurrection's the Be Gone movie.
Be Gone,
We Bury
yeah.
the Dead is a Daisy Ridley movie.
Exactly.
I got you, man. Sorry, I forgot that those movies.
I literally wrote new posters, plural, and Anthony just improvised taglines.
I improvised that. I improvised the hell out of it. Sometimes, it's just musical jazz, man.
You're ridiculous. Let's talk about Crashland. A new movie just got greenlit and will star Finn Wolfhard and Gabrielle LaBelle. It's a new comedy, and the film follows a group of small town amateur stuntmen and film crew jackass-style stunts.
I think these two together is comedy gold.
I think it's gonna be great. It sounds like it's gonna be a mix of Jackass and then what was the stunt guy movie with what's his name?
Fall Guy?
No, from SNL. The stunt guy movie with the guy from SNL, Andy Samberg.
Oh,
Jamie's punching the air right now.
Hot Rod.
So it'll be Hot Rod mixed with Jackass. That sounds great.
Yeah, sounds fun. I think these guys would be great together. I like that pairing. All right, next up, AMC Theaters is launching a discount pass that will provide Stubbs loyalty members a 50% discount on a large popcorn every day. This will cost $29.99 per year. You can get a lot of savings on popcorn.
This is a really good deal. It's going to get a lot of cash for AMC real fast. And it might sound expensive, but if you buy popcorn consistently and you're an AMC Stubbs member, you're going to save a ton of money because popcorn is pretty damn expensive. A large popcorn's like $11.
Yeah.
But if you pay $30 a year to only pay $5 for a large popcorn, I mean, why not?
Yeah, if you're a heavy popcorn eater and you go to the theater and you eat popcorn every time, you should. I mean, this isn't even an ad. I would get this. I only eat popcorn at the events.
Anthony only eats free popcorn.
Only free.
You don't have glasses on. It looks odd.
I look odd?
You look like, I don't know. You're like,
like you?
You always have glasses on. It's just odd to see you not wearing glasses.
I forgot my glasses.
Which is probably why he mixed up the taglines thing.
Yeah, I mean, I zoomed in on this. I can read it. It's just a little blurry, but I can read it. I'm not squinting or anything.
It's just, I don't remember the last time I saw you for a long period of time without glasses on.
I did get some daily contacts I'm going to play around with.
You're going to wear contact lenses? Why?
Just to play around with them.
Just to play Legos with them?
Exactly. I'm going to be playing Legos with
stack
contacts.
them?
Just to see how I like them. It's just to see how I like it. Just, you know what I mean? But if you're a popcorn eater, you should get this. It's just that's just money saving right there.
All right, before we get into Dead Man's Wire, this episode's also brought to you by our great friends at movieposters.com. Use our code Raiders10 at checkout from movieposters.com. They gave us this amazing Avatar Fire and Ash poster over my right shoulder. We also have an affiliate link with movieposters.com. Use that link in the episode description, then use the code Raiders10 at checkout. We get a commission. You get 10% off in an amazing poster. Dead Man's Wire, Gus Van Sant's latest film starring Bill Skarsgård, Coleman Domingo, and Dacre Montgomery, dropped a full trailer, which looks incredible. You've already seen this film, haven't you, right?
I saw this film with Gus Van Sant in person Q&A, which was fucking awesome. This is a really cool movie. I highly recommend checking it out. This is like a kind of crime movie they would make in the 2000s. It's based on a true story. There's this man who's been trying to put together a big deal from a loan company, but he realized over time they screwed him over. They prevented him from building his business. So now he wants revenge and retribution in a personal apology from the president of the loan company. So what he does is he takes the president of the company's son hostage in order to force a public apology. It's so good. Dacre and Skarsgård are fantastic together. Also, Cary Elwes has a really cool role in this movie, and you've never seen him like this before in your life. I didn't even know it was him until halfway into the movie where I was like, is that Cary Elwes? So good. It's really cool.
January 16th in theaters. I was watching Days for Thunder last week, which I hadn't seen since I was a kid. Cary Elwes is one of the rival NASCAR drivers in that.
Oh my God.
He's basically, he comes up to try to take his spot on the team.
Gotcha.
It's really funny because he's such
God.
a dick in the movie. He becomes his like main villain at the end of the film.
He's like Riley in Talladega Nights.
Exactly. Yeah.
She walked right up to me and she grabbed me.
No, they're friends in that movie.
No, I'm saying, but they become rivals.
Kind of, but they're still friends at the end.
Yeah.
No, it's just like
Yeah. I'm just saying, that's why I said kind of like. I didn't say exactly. I didn't say exactly like Riley and Ricky Bobby. I said kind of like they become rivals on the same team.
Sort of. Yeah. Similar. Sure. Yes.
Same, but different.
Well, I think that's why John C. Reilly's even wanted to do that. There's a
Why
new,
am I even talking to you? Get out of my house.
There's a new Diddy documentary, guys.
Jesus.
Which is
Another one?
this one's executive produced by 50 Cent. It's called Sean Combs: The Reckoning, releasing on Netflix December 2nd.
Were they rivals?
Oh, they have had a beef for decades,
really?
Anthony.
I think I vaguely remember this.
They've had a beef for decades, and 50 Cent is just taking everything to a new level.
Oh my God.
Like-
He's like, this is my chance.
Music beefs have become Netflix documentaries now, which is crazy.
Oh my God. That's crazy. All right. Stranger Things released an official recap ahead of today's launch for Season 5, Volume 1. So if you want to get caught up and not have to watch the entire last season, you can check out this great recap.
The season dropped yesterday. We recorded we recorded this
Sunday.
What's today?
Sunday.
No,
Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
Yes.
So we're filming on Wednesday.
Yes.
The episode posts on Thursday. So
Yes.
Stranger Things dropped yesterday.
That's right. Yes.
Get it right.
Ahead of time. We're speaking to the future. It dropped yesterday.
It dropped yesterday. Yes.
Into the past future for us.
Anthony seems to always forget to talk about the past, not the present. I know it's hard.
I try to stay. No, I stay in the present, not the past.
The present is the present.
The
Adolescence director. Did you see this thing with Ed Sheeran?
Pretty interesting.
Put together and directed a new one-shot special, director Philip Barantini, which follows Ed Sheeran in a one-take, uninterrupted sequence as he goes around Manhattan, delivering impromptu performances around the city. Now streaming on Netflix. Looks really cool. He's in a pub. He's in the middle of the streets. He's in a taxi cab. He's just putting up shows everywhere. It's so cool. It seems like some of them are staged where they put mics and everything here and there. But it seems like some of them are just like, hey, just go over there and see what happens.
Yeah, it's really cool because it takes the musician back to their roots in a way. You know what I mean? From
Sure.
busking and playing for tiny shows.
Him specifically,
Yeah. And then it's reminiscent of, remember he did this bit where he went into like a peep show room and there was someone trying to get people, hey, Ed Sheeran's in here. He'll play you a song. Ed Sheeran's in this peep show room. And to passersby, I can't remember what show did it. And everyone was like, most people were like, what? No thanks. But then when people did say, okay, let me see, and they went into the peep show and the curtain opens and it's Ed Sheeran just sings them a song acoustic by themselves. And so it's similar to that where he's like really connecting with people on the streets.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
The latest video game adaptation is Far Cry now. A lot of y'all probably played it. The live action series is moving forward at FX and Hulu. Noah Hawley and Rob McElhenney will executive produce the series, both of them FX alums, especially with Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then Noah Hawley with Fargo and Alien Earth. It will be an anthology format with different cast and settings each season, similar to American Horror Story, it sounds like, and Fargo.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, like two of the biggest showrunners in that network's last 10 years history.
Probably the two biggest.
Did you see Sonny's like pushing for awards season contention? There's a bunch of billboards around LA now.
For Emmys?
Yeah, for best comedy series. Apparently
Have they ever won Emmys?
They must have. Maybe they must have won something. But apparently this new season's great. Apparently they did.
I haven't watched it in a while.
I haven't seen it either.
It's never won an Emmy.
Wow, really? That's crazy.
Which is too bad because they've especially the first 10 years of that show is the best comedy on TV.
And they have some of the best episodes of comedic TV I've ever seen in my life. Some of them are in Sunny,
Totally
for sure.
agree.
I think just because the comedy can be so dark, it's off-putting for voters.
It's
like the Dennis Method's not going to win an Emmy for best
It can be
episode.
despicable and
Yeah.
beneath voters and
Yeah.
academies, yeah.
Yeah, but man, they deserve something.
I think because they did the crossover also with Abbott Elementary, they're trying to get more recognition as well.
For sure.
In terms of awards and stuff like that.
That's a good branding, yeah. But yeah, they're still going. They're still going strong.
One bit of news left, and it's the revival series of Scrubs. The teaser for it just dropped, premiering February 25th on ABC and Hulu. The whole cast is back, as well as they're like walking down this hallway, and they bump into the new young doctors and nurses.
Young hot stars.
So it's pretty funny play on that and how they're older now and they're like the people they used to talk smack about at work all the time. Now they're the older people in the hospital.
I feel like it works for the setting.
I think so
for
too.
the context, because that's what happens in real life.
I watched Scrubs. I love that show, but I don't know if I'm gonna watch this.
I'm not sure if I'll. I mean, I don't know. It's just
There's too many things to watch, man.
Yeah.
It's coming out in February.
I really enjoyed Scrubs, but I'm not like a Scrubs super fan. I
remember
watched it very casually.
I watched the whole series. I can't remember the character names.
Yeah,
If you held a gun to my head saying name one character from Scrubs that's not named the janitor, I would probably fail. And I've watched that whole show.
I couldn't name a single person either.
It's been so long.
I couldn't name a single person either. Yeah, I just watched it for fun. It was just like casual, chilling kind
Good
of
show.
show.
Good
Yeah,
show.
Good
like,
show.
Okay, JD. Okay, JD was
Is that
Zach
Zach
Braff.
Braff? Who else?
And then we have Elliot Reed was played by Sarah Chalk. Christopher Turk and JD, played by Donald Falson. Carla, I remember, janitor. Bob, Kelso, I remember Kelso. Perry Cox, played by John McGinley.
Yeah.
So like, if you held a gun to my head, I would not have gotten one of those.
It's all coming back.
It's coming back now, but yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I completely agree. But yeah, I mean, for all the super fans out there, maybe it'll be great for you guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. The last season ran in 2010.
Was that? It was like it was still continued from. It wasn't like a spin-off or
it was
a legacy.
No, it was still continued.
Uh-huh.
And so they came out with a season every single year. This is when TV was like every year you're getting 24
86
episodes, 22 to 25 episodes every single year. And then the final release of the final season was a blend between December and January of 2008, 2009.
The epic finale.
They did like a two-parter.
Gotcha.
2 seasons,
They did
basically.
Breaking Bad style.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. They did like 2 halves.
The story's too epic to do in one season.
But yeah, so it's been 17 years, guys,
Oh my god.
since they filmed it last. Oh my gosh. All right, well, that wraps movie news.
How long do you think the Odyssey is going to be? Have they announced a runtime?
If it's not over 3 hours, I'm gonna complain to Christopher Nolan.
Because I feel like if they're giving 6 minutes of footage, it's got to be over 3 hour movie.
it has to be. It's a
Yeah.
massive, epic story.
Yeah.
There's so much to cover, and he's gonna cut so much out. But
And for the Cyclops, do you think the face will be completely practical too, like
Yeah.
how it speaks and everything?
I think so, 100%.
I think they must have found the technology to make it believable and make it work.
Well, they didn't find the technology.
I mean,
yet. They
developed.
They didn't discover it.
Developed.
Like, they didn't,
Oh my god, look what I found, Chris!
It's not like the Dead Sea Scrolls. They didn't discover technology. It's just advanced.
Yeah.
Puppetry technology's always been there. It's just everyone just does VFX and CGI.
I'm so curious to see what this thing looks like when it speaks and
I
stuff.
can't wait.
This is gonna be insane. It's
gonna be
This is
fantastic.
gonna break in the internet.
Well, the thing with it in terms of runtime, Oppenheimer, I remember watching interviews, not a single scene was on the editing room floor. Every scene that was in the script's in the movie.
Yeah.
So I guarantee the script's probably long as hell, and it's probably going to be 3.5 hours.
I hope that the longer the better, man.
I know. And I hope there's an intermission. That'd be great.
I think that this movie is gonna play in theaters for at least 6 months.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's the first Nolan film with an intermission.
Maybe we'll see. But this is gonna have such legs at the theaters. It's just gonna always play.
It's going to make $1 billion.
for months and months
Easy.
and months into the winter.
I hope it never stops playing in theaters. But let's wrap this up. We know you all are doing holiday stuff, so we wanted to keep it a brief episode for you, but still keep you updated. If you're in America, have safe travels to your family. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Have some great food. Enjoy yourself. The rest of the world, hope you're having a great week.
Make some turkey if you want.
Take care, everybody.
See you next time.
This episode was executive produced by our chosen one patrons, Nicholas Martin and Jacob Kossler. Raiders of the Lost Podcast is a Mirror Image production.